4 million soldiers are camped on the plains of Kurukshetra, waiting for sunrise to begin the most destructive war in ancient Indian history. While these massive armies mobilize, the structural limits of the entire conflict are being negotiated in a quiet, private meeting miles away from the front lines. Queen Kunti, the mother of the 5 Pandava brothers, is terrified. She knows the enemy army is fielding a champion named Karna, a warrior whose martial skill is so lethal that he could wipe out all 5 of her sons single-handedly. But her terror is compounded by a secret she's hidden her entire life. Karna is actually her firstborn child. Decades ago, to protect her royal reputation, she placed him in a basket and abandoned him to a river. The mother of the heroes of this war is now forced into the shadows. She has to track down the enemy's ultimate weapon, look her discarded son in the eye, and beg him to step away from the fight. When Kunti finds him, her opening move is desperate. She pleads with Karna to abandon his king, switch sides, and join the Pandavas to prevent a slaughter among his own blood brothers. Karna rejects the offer immediately. He asks why she only claims him now, on the eve of war, when he is a powerful warrior. He spent his entire life as an outcast, facing rejection while his mother remains silent. He explains his concept of dharma, or duty, as a debt that cannot be erased. The only person who ever granted him an identity, a kingdom, and basic dignity was Duryodhana, the very king Kunti is asking him to betray. A biological connection from a mother he never knew is insufficient to override a lifetime of loyalty. The two are locked in a complete moral stalemate, and hope for a peaceful resolution evaporates. Karna stands firm, but even with his resentment, he cannot entirely withstand a mother's tears. He offers her a tragic compromise. He makes a specific, binding vow. He grants battlefield immunity to 4 of her sons, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, and Sahadeva. He promises he will not strike them down, no matter the opportunity. There is one fatal exception. Karna will focus his entire wrath on his arch-rival, Arjuna. Their fight will be a ruthless duel, and only one will survive. Visualize this as a zero-sum equation. In scenario A, if Arjuna wins and Karna is eliminated, Kunti walks away with her original 5 Pandavas. In scenario B, if Karna kills Arjuna, he takes his fallen brother's place. Kunti mathematically retains exactly 5 sons. It is an efficient intellectual maneuver. Karna honors Kunti's plea to preserve the size of her family, without once betraying his sworn duty to eliminate the enemy's greatest warrior. The pact is sealed in silence. Karna kneels to touch her feet in a final act of respect. He now rides into a world war, carrying a self-imposed burden. By swearing to spare 4 enemy commanders, he has severely limited his own tactical options on the battlefield. For Kunti, the realization is tragic. She secured a guarantee of 5 living sons, but the math of the vow demands a sacrifice. She has essentially guaranteed that she will mourn one of them. This single interaction has pre-scripted the architectural rules of the conflict before a single arrow is drawn. The quiet of the riverbank is gone. On the front lines, the 2 massive armies finally stand face to face. As Karna views the opposing ranks, he shows absolute resolve. Despite the pain of his abandonment and the constraints of his vow, he is prepared to fight. Across the battlefield, the focus shifts to the opposing chariot, zeroing in on the man Karna has sworn to kill, Arjuna. Arjuna is surrounded by family and an army united behind him. He is facing an enemy who has secretly sworn to spare his brothers. Yet, in this moment, Arjuna suffers a catastrophic psychological collapse. He is paralyzed by the prospect of killing his own relatives. The will to fight leaves him, and his bow slips from his trembling hand. Karna has simplified the war into a mathematical equation to ensure his family survives. Arjuna, staring at that same family across the field, finds he cannot perform the math. The war has its rules,